4:44 p.m. So I was kind of, yeah, cool beans. Sorry for technical difficulties. So welcome to everybody. So if you can, which all of you, except for our streaming, monitor, if everybody can make sure that their full names are listed on the Zoom windows. And if there are any votes happening on SGA, currently only SGA members or only current SGA members are eligible to vote. Just a reminder. And in order to speak as a guest, technically you are supposed to be recognized by the president as per Robert's Rule of Order. Just figured I'd go over some housekeeping rules. And then let's move forward to the approval of the minutes from March 21st.
Actually, I need to do attendance first.
Oh, my bad. Attendance. Go for it.
Chloe.
I'm here.
Betty Jo.
Here.
Myself, I'm here. Ren.
Here.
Azucena.
Here.
Cody.
Present.
Sarah.
Here.
Nikki.
Here.
And Ben. So he would be unexcused?
Yes.
Okay.
But we will, you don't have to worry about counting Ben's attendance. We'll get to that. We'll get to that in a minute. Okay, you all set?
Yes.
All right. So let's move on to the approval of the minutes from March 21st. Did everybody get a chance to look at the minutes? Okay, I'd like to entertain a motion to approve the minutes from March 21st.
So moved. Second.
Okay, any discussion? No discussion? Going once? Going twice?
Actually, hang on a second. I'm just looking, the minutes that I'm looking at, it looks like they're dated March 7th. Is that correct? Or do I have the wrong?
Did I send the wrong one on accident?
I don't know. Hang on.
No, I got March 7th too.
Oh, I have March 20th.
So the title says March 22nd that I have.
Wait, sorry,
But
the wrong one. Yeah, I got March 7th too. Sorry, I was looking at the act.
Go for it. What? Sorry, my bad.
Oh, sorry, what happened?
Oh, I thought you had.
I was just gonna say that the notes I was looking at were the academic Senate ones, I think. But the normal ones say March 7th.
yeah, you sent March 7th meeting minutes.
But there's also other things, like, so under approval of the minutes from the SGA, it says April 21st. We have yet to make it to April 21st.
Yeah. So so I don't know whether this is even correct or not. Because it also has Eli as attending. And Eli was not at the last meeting.
Yeah, these are from the beginning of the month.
The minutes, like, so.
Yeah, I just looked. I accidentally emailed the wrong one. I will send that now.
Either way, we do still have the error of it says April 21st meeting minutes, which we still have yet to get there. I just now I'm seeing that.
What are you looking at?
So under like number 3, approval of the minutes.
Oh, yeah, it does say April 21st. You're right.
April 21st.
It should say February 21st.
Yeah.
It's funny.
So. If this is the minutes from March 7th and we approved this at the last meeting, we did miss that error of April, the April. So I can just make a motion to go back in and have Justina fix that, correct?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. And Justina, are you gonna send out the current minutes?
Yes, I'm working on it right now. Sorry.
No worries. In the meantime, I'd like to entertain a motion to amend the minutes that were approved on March 21st. The approval of the March 7th meeting minutes.
So moved.
Seconded.
Thank you. Basically, you just have to fix the all I see you have to fix is the month for the minutes that we approved. Okay. Any other discussion on that? All in favor?
Aye.
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 All opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, motion passes. Have you sent out the minutes?
You can just send it to me if you want. I can just do a screen share.
I'm just trying to get them on my thing. I have the emails already ready. I just have to grab it. I was still also taking notes.
No problem.
Okay, I just sent them.
Thank you. And Kathy, do you have the ability to share your screen?
Yeah, I can do a screen share with them.
That'd be great. Thank you.
As soon as I get them.
It's taken a minute for them to come through my line too.
Yeah.
I really don't have concern.
I still haven't received it. Justina, do you think you could send it just to Kathy? Because maybe because of the size of the email, it was a little slower.
I haven't gotten it either, so.
I think it's just the school, guys.
No, it seems like we've been having technical difficulties
I-
after
like,
technical
my-
difficulties.
None of my emails are loading right now. I think it's us.
Oh, I don't know. Nikki or Cody, you guys are from home. Have you received it? Okay,
Nada. Nothing on my end.
Yeah. I'm not getting anything.
okay. Just making sure, 'cause over here, we've been having technical difficulties, so I didn't know if it was just an us thing.
Are we allowed to table it? Is there
Um,
anything we can do?
We have in the past. Kathy, are we able to just
Yeah.
take?
Just
I
take
have
it
it.
till next week.
I just sent them to Kathy also, and it does say sent from my end.
Oh, I got it.
I was gonna say I could share it if you need to.
All right, I just got them. All right,
Sorry, guys.
Can we zoom? Thank you.
all right. Can you see that, everybody?
Yes.
Okay.
Sort of.
Looks good to me.
Okay. All right, has everybody, did everybody get to see and look through that? Okay, thank you, Kathy. All right, so I'd like to entertain a motion to approve the minutes from March 21st, 2023.
So seconded. I mean, so moved.
Second.
All right, any discussion? So it says meeting agenda on there. Still. Uh-oh. Hello? Can you still hear us?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay.
Okay,
you all
'cause
just
everybody
froze.
is frozen.
Can you hear us?
We can hear
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
Justina, did you get that?
Yeah, but can you say it one more time? Because like after you said, I got distracted.
Yeah, no problem. So on the title, it says meeting agenda.
Thumbs up.
Okay, perfect, thank you. Any other discussion? No? Okay, all in favor of approving the minutes?
Aye.
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 Bye.
All opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, minutes are approved. All right, so next we have one member resignation and one member appointment that we're gonna be having today. I'm just pulling up the email. I will tell you, so Ben has decided to step down from SGA due to the workload in school and everything, so he will not be joining us in the future. And however, we also have somebody who has reached out and expressed interest in joining SGA as an appointed member for the remainder of the semester. And who is currently here. So Alyssa Hardy, I'm gonna read you the email from Alyssa. Good morning, good evening, SGA members. My name is Alyssa and I'm interested in joining your organization. After attending a few meetings and getting a sense of what it is that you all do for the college, it has confirmed my interest in joining. I would like to make a difference here on campus and have my voice heard as a voting member of SGA. I'd like to be someone the students can connect with and talk to about the issues they notice. I am already involved here on campus as an active member of the CATS team, so I can guarantee that I am reliable, can work as a team, and am a problem solver, and am someone you would want on the SGA. Thank you for your time and consideration. Sincerely, Alyssa. So I'd like to, well, we have to bring this to a vote, because like it's like another one of the it's gonna, I don't know if it's gonna be is it a poll or are you gonna do a Google sheet?
No,
Like-
it's poll.
It's a poll this time. Okay, so because we have 3 over here. So do you want
We can text.
Ren
Yeah.
and Eddie Joe to just
You guys, yeah, you can text me.
okay.
So I have just launched the poll. So only,
Yeah.
only current members can. So it should be 1, 2. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And Alyssa is now a member.
Yay, congratulations.
Congrats.
Congratulations, Alyssa.
Congrats.
Welcome to the SGA team. All right. All right, so let's move on to internal reports. So Constitution Committee, Sarah?
Yes. So here is the election, like report. So we have 7 people who are running for the at-large positions. I think the total amount that we need is like 8. So I think we only have like 7 out of 8. And we have 1 candidate for the trustee position, and me and Chloe will be graduating, so we will need a new vice president and president for SGA. And the SGA elections are scheduled for April 10, which is next Monday, from 8 a.m. all the way to April 13th by 2 p.m. I think that's the last time you can like submit your vote. I think we currently we're gonna subtracting everyone who's like graduating this semester. I think we have 5 members, but then Ben stepped down, so then we have 4, but then Alyssa joined, so now we have 5 again. Now everyone that it was here this year, they have to run again, right? For next year to be part of SGA.
Yes.
Okay. Perfect. Okay. So then that's pretty much like the information for like elections.
Sorry, I don't know how to find the hand button. What were the dates for the April 10th to the 13th?
Yes, from 8 a.m. on April 10th, and then the last time you can vote is 2 p.m. on April 13th.
All right. Thank you, Sarah.
No problem.
My apologies, Alyssa. I didn't realize you were gone. We did just vote you onto the SGA, so congratulations.
Yay!
You are now a voting member. And I also just realized that I'm going to, I forgot to appoint you to the Constitution Committee. So you are now also part of the Constitution Committee. We meet on the off week on Tuesdays at 4:30. So same time. So basically every Tuesday there is a meeting, whether it's here or a committee meeting. So congratulations. And if you have any questions, whoop, sorry.
I was just saying welcome to Alyssa.
Yeah. So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Very cool. All right, so moving on to ways and means. Nicole,
Nothing to report.
thank you. Student trustee, Cody.
Yeah, hi everybody. This trustee meeting was the trustee meeting of board decisions, of board actions. We had to vote on a lot of different things, some of it pertaining to the board, some of it not. Kathy, I sent you an email with my meeting minutes, not meeting minutes, my bullet points of the meeting. I don't know if you can pull it up, or I also sent to you, Chloe. I don't know who's in control of the camera. Somebody with the power.
I do not have.
Actually, Cody, I just made you a co-host, so you can bring it up yourself.
Oh, awesome. Okay, let me
Yeah.
pull this up. Here, then here. All right. Okay. Nikki, you tell me is when that's good.
You got a thumbs up, Cody.
Okay. Okay. So this is going to be a little out of order because I feel like this is going to be better. One of the big things that happened during this meeting was approval of a new course. This is the Associate Science degree in paramedicine. We have obviously the nursing degree program, and we have the fire science program. I know some of you may be familiar with that. This is a advancement in the paramedicine. So the people who do the EMT work, people work in the back of the trucks, this is to get them more training. They did a huge presentation on why the degree was necessary. I'm not going to give you the whole spiel, but a quick blurb that they set up is the graduate students would advance in paramedic leadership skills who are eligible for job advancement opportunities. What this means is that they're hoping that this gives them a good intro and pay raise in people who are interested, and hopefully allows them to advance out into different positions. That was approved and it's added now. I don't know, Jason, if they told you when they expect it to be available for students, but hopefully sometime soon because the ball is now rolling because of this approval. Back to here. So that was the first one that was happening. Some fun facts about that happened. The vast majority of applications, I know we have welcoming day where we greet people. Most of it's online. Here it is, 776 compared to 243. A lot more people just do the paperless, interactionless approval process online. Not really any surprises. For you who haven't been up to date everything, fall registration, summer fall, that's available now, registration. Tell your friends, family, people you meet in the hallways if you haven't realized already. Big thing, I know Chloe is probably already well aware of this, that huge dual enrollment. Dual enrollment in this college is massive. We have 471 people who are from high school literally dual enrolling into college, which is insane for me, for someone who never did a paper in high school. To do college work while doing that boggles my mind, but it's really impressive. It's actually a 30% increase with Gardner being the big one. And a fun fact, social media, the big one right now for this, for traction, is LinkedIn. So if you have like dog pictures you want to share, probably post it to your LinkedIn profile. I know everybody would appreciate that. But with Facebook coming in second. That's the fun stuff. The more actual thing about the actual campus itself, the other skip I'm going to have to do is one of the approvals that we did was the approval of withdrawal of $2 million from the reserves of the campus. As I have told you guys previously, or if you're new here, declining rates of enrollment and other opportunities have led to not unstable, but lowering prospects for the college. They're forming on hard times, but this isn't unique to Massachusetts. This is across all colleges, especially community colleges, just low enrollment, and they need that buffer to keep things going. They're right now, though, they are doing a deep dive into full-time salary positions. They're budgeting operational expenses overview and are looking into what the cost of the college is and figure out where they can save money and where they can really cut back if they need to. One of the big things they said was understanding what programs or portions. This is the quote from them. They really want to figure out just where everything stands. I did bring up that when you're doing this kind of budgeting, especially when you're looking over college salaries and people who are part-time professions or people who are part-time or adjunct, it's kind of scary. I know how much we all like our professors, that sometimes one of the first expensive parts of the college is, the actually hiring people. Usually that's the last thing to get cut. I brought that up that I had worry. I'm not worried that everyone's going to be gone tomorrow working at 7-Eleven, but I did bring up concerns that are we going to start seeing professors? Hopefully with this $2 million influx during this 2-year plan that they have with this money, everything's going to stay the same or at least maintain for this 2-year period until hopefully free college gets accepted into the board. There was a big talk about that, and they're aiming hopefully for the future and just to maintain for now. Other big thing people are gonna be happy about, huge maintenance projects. Here's a huge list: fitness center roof replacement, Haley building seal tiles, duck pond. That was actually a hazard I brought up many moons ago. Still a problem, finally fixing it. Ventilators can be put in, common sidewalk areas, fitness center replacements, yada yada, but huge needed improvements across the thing. Many of you know Stephanie Williams, Chief Diversity Executive here on campus. One of the big things she's doing is she hosted a multiple professional development training for staff here to inform them how to spot racism and how to deal with how we think about racism here on campus and how to perceive it. That way you can better combat that. She did professional day and training for staff here at the college. That started back in January and ran through March. I bring this up because you guys aren't staff, but she's also proposing a multicultural center, a multicultural identity center in space that would be established here on the Gardner campus. That's just an area to actually perform and do more work. I feel that's a great idea, so I'm going to plug it here where I can. Hopefully, whatever influence I have, hopefully we can see if we can get our broom claws or ideally slightly larger space than that here on campus. I think it's worth it. Now, the big one that we're gonna get to is the board approval things. A lot of awards of professors that came here to the campus. A lot of great work they've been doing. Emeritus Awards is just the acknowledgement of their contributions to the college. A lot of professors, a huge list was approved for the status, and good for them. Rank change, just a lot of professors moving up in the world, from associate to full-time professor, that kind of stuff. Full tenure, fully paid for people. Holly Critter Fenoff, I don't know how you pronounce her name, but I bet she's stoked about that advancement. Big one, and I thought this is that a couple meetings ago when I was last here, we unfortunately had to do a fee increase, which was a 5% flat increase to fees across the college. That was in line with what I was telling you earlier, that the college has seen declining rates of enlistment, and this 5% was to help offset that. Many colleges did that. Many community colleges did that. And the state itself, seeing that the colleges were putting in this 5% across the board fee, stepped back and communicated with the colleges and asked, hey, if we do something, we give you the money that covers the 5%, can you roll that back? So we did an adjournment, amending of that vote, that if this goes through, the budgeting goes through, and that is approved, then the fees will be lifted. The initial fees that we voted on are going to be retracted. Now, the 3% of additional fees are still going to be there, but that 5% is going to hopefully come back. Talked about the reserves, the paramedicine, and yeah, that's it for the trustee meeting. Give up my control before I share something I'm not supposed to. All right, thanks, you guys.
Student Advisory Council. So I'm just gonna do kind of a quick overview of the notes. I will send Justina the notes to send out when she sends out the minutes, like more detailed ones, but because it's a 3-hour long meeting, there's a lot to go over, so I'm just gonna go over the important things. So like executive team reports. So community building day, or community building week committee update. Some schools still had not signed up, and we're already here. So that was a thing that they were a little bit disappointed about. Stacy has added the events to the Department of Higher Education website. I don't know if anybody actually looks at it, but they are there. And then an update from the Legislative Advocacy Committee. They talked about the hunger free campus bill, and talked about co-sponsoring of the Open Education Resources bill. Education budget, they talked about how Governor Healy proposed a budget that includes $360 million towards higher education, and they're trying to get as many co-sponsors as possible as well with that. They also talked about the meeting with Secretary Cardona. So I was the beginning of March that members of the Student Advisory Council got to meet with the Secretary of Higher Education. And during that, it came out because one of his biggest comments was that he has never seen anything like our Student Advisory Council. Out of all the states that he's been to, he's never seen anything like ours. So that is something to keep in mind. We as the Student Advisory Council, there's a lot of work that goes on there, and it's really cool to have that recognized. And in the chat, Kathy did put the link to the Board of Higher Education website. Let's see. So elections for a Student Advisory Council will be held on April 27th. So they're still opening seats for the following. There's one Board of Higher Education voting member, which is from the State University, but there are also 2 segmental advisors positions, one from the community college and one from UMass. So the elections will be held April 27th. And just a reminder that only the trustees can vote on the Board of Higher Education student voting member. So only trustees are able to vote on the voting member. I'm not sure why exactly, but that was mentioned. And then Secretaries Tutwiler and Commissioner Ortega also joined the meeting. And they talked a bit about different issues. I'm not gonna get too much into it just because there was a lot that was talked about. And I will be sending this out with, or I'll be sending it to Justina to send out with the minutes. But it was kind of just like, because it was the first time, Secretary Tutwiler had ever been to one of our meetings. So he kind of told a little bit about himself, his story. And then they just started talking about different things like that we were doing kind of, and then also concerns like in higher education and from their position. That's kind of what I got. Although I did want to say, because Cody, in the last trustee, not this last trustee meeting, but the one before that, was it you who voted against like raising the fees or stood up for that?
No,
I mean,
I approved for the fees. I talked about concerns over what it could lead to. So I voiced concerns, but I eventually approved the fee increase because of the overall trajectory of the college.
okay, I was just wondering because during the meeting, during the executive board reports, they were talking about an anonymous trustee who was standing up for the students on the board. And I thought of you because I thought that's something you had mentioned before, and I was like, he was like, this should be an example to all of our trustees and standing up for our students and to be able to talk about these things with the board and everything. So I thought it was you. So I just wanted to double check that you actually.
I'll take the credit if it's anonymous, but it wasn't me though.
Cool beans. I was just wondering. But that's all I have for SAC. So next is we have the student body liaison. So actually I'm gonna stop right now. So because Ben did step down, we are now looking to fill student body liaison and the retention plan liaison. I'm trying to see. Alyssa, I know you haven't not been here very long. Would you be interested in either of those positions?
I might need a little bit more details on like what that entails.
That's okay. So as the student body liaison, I guess we probably should give that to somebody who has been here longer because it's kind of you're a pinpoint person. So anybody who has a question or concern, or I believe there was a dynamic form as well that students could fill out if they have questions. If they don't want to like ask directly, they can fill it out through the dynamic form. And then that would be sent to you. Of course, anybody can always ask any of us anything at any time, but you're the main person, you're the main point of contact on you would be the main point of contact for the dynamic forms and Justina.
I was just gonna say if Alyssa doesn't want to, I can do that because I'm not in any of those besides the Ways and Means Committee.
Okay, so I'm gonna appoint Justina to student body liaison just because Justina actually has been here longer and I feel bad putting Alyssa on the spot when she just became a member today. So I will appoint that to Justina. And we still need somebody to fill the retention plan liaison. At this point in the semester, I don't foresee much happening with that. I could be wrong, but I do not see much happening with that right now. But would anybody be interested in sitting on that position?
When do they typically meet?
So I feel like there was a little bit of misunderstanding with this position in the first place.
Okay.
So there is no like necessarily meeting with it unless like you are talking with you would be not meeting but talking one-on-one with Missy Sargent. So I'm not entirely sure what was going on. I just know that, you know, if there were questions or input on like there was like a focus group or something, like helping organize that kind of in a way, like looking for input, student input. I guess that was kind of the main purpose of that, to see like, because if she wanted SGA to help with anything, you would just be the point person, not pinpoint person, that's not right, but you'd be the point person, instead of everything going to me. The purpose of this would be to have somebody else be the point person, when it comes to like questions or input in general, or just asking the SGA for help. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can also do that one.
You sure? Okay,
Yes.
I'm appointing that, the retention plan liaison, position to Justina. And I'll give that information to, Missy. Okay, Academic Senate, Cody?
No, nothing to report. Wasn't able to attend that one.
Okay. Student Success Committee?
Nothing to report. We meet next week.
Okay, thank you. Academic Environment and Technology Committee?
Nikki,
Nikki?
your hand up.
Can we go back to academic senate really quick? I raised my hand, but we went by me really quick.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, I'm sorry. We talked
No
about
worries.
this earlier. I'm so sorry.
No worries.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I have something really exciting to share with everyone. I met with the Academic Senate yesterday for the proposal for the recognition list for the part-time students and presented that. Typically, they don't vote till the following month during their meetings, but they had such positive feedback that they voted unanimously yesterday to pass it. And it's going to the leadership team tomorrow morning.
Yay!
That's awesome.
Yeah, it has to go through like an implementation process to see how it would work with the schools, like I believe the computer systems, but I'll hear more updates on that. But I'm really, really excited.
Very cool.
Thank you. And I have nothing on academic environment technology. We don't meet again until the 20th of this month.
Sorry, I was writing all that down. Can you say after it goes to the academic senate, who does it go to now?
The leadership team. And that's going to the leadership team tomorrow morning.
That is pretty exciting. Good work, Nikki. I appreciate you taking that on.
Thank you. I'm really excited.
And you said nothing for academic environment? Okay, so Ready Ed Committee?
All right, I apologize. It's a little bit long because it's 2 meetings in one because they're meeting weekly now. So I promise I'll get through quickly and just please bear with me. Can I have screen share permission, please?
You should be all set.
Thank you. There we go. All right. So these are the committee notes from March 23rd. Their plan was to invite the product manager to future meetings regarding visual accommodations. There's going to be different levels of permissions. They'll have team members, a service executive. There's an organization owner. There can be an athletics owner, an audience, and audience access. The app allows for the creation of teams of permissions. Studio access is the highest level of permissions. It controls the design of the app. Campus content under events, the feed will pull in all from sorry. The events feed will pull in all involvement events. It'll have resources. Under services, the membership can be activated or disabled. It'll have locations. The dining now has the Green Street Cafe information. It has calendars. Under student life, it has organizations, orientation. It can have athletics. It'll have deals, jobs. Under team settings, they can assign a admin or a moderator to a specific group. It can have public or private channels. Private channels can be set to discoverable or non-discoverable. For parents, visitors, and those not connected to MWCC account, they'll have limited access because of the single sign-on requirement. But it is possible to add a third experience under Studio for parents, visitors, and prospective students. Under locations, it has walking directions to individual buildings with the address. Under organizations, all organizations, including clubs, have been uploaded. It has information on the clubs, events, resources. An orientation tab has resources, events, to-dos, members, information. Under the notify section, it allows push notifications to students. They can add campus closures. One thing that I thought was really cool was professors can use it if they cancel a class, and it can be used scheduled ahead of time. So I thought that was really awesome. Android users may need to bypass the security features on their phone to download the app. I personally had this problem when I had an Android, but it is easily bypassable. There aren't any issues with Apple and iPhone. I have an iPhone now and I haven't had any issues with it. The Ready Ed will start promo material, and the tentative launch will be sometime in May, hopefully. And then our meeting on the 30th, we were talking about Campus Cloud. Some users were having difficulty logging in, and they were told they need to check the spam box of Ready Ed emails because some people weren't getting the emails. They need to use MWCC email. That when logging in, they need to use the password when they first logging into Campus Cloud, not their email password. Some meeting members were not on the Campus Cloud list, but they will be added. Some users were getting an error message after entering credentials. The Ready Aid team will sync with those individuals having technical difficulties. The app has the ability to subscribe to particular events and add to calendar. We did notice, someone noticed that there was some indistinguishable characters after the paragraphs in this section. Ready Aid team is going to work with the IT department to correct the issue. There's going to be a big focus on making sure that all users can access the app, and we can have QR codes on the app to track check-in for events. It'll be under the events tab. You can choose a specific event. You can have QR codes and feedback to track event attendance. It was recommended to limit the feedback to one question, and the Ready Aid team can send more details on QR code creation. And that's all I have. Any questions?
That's impressive.
I tried to get through it quickly. I know it was a lot.
That's pretty cool. Thank you, Nikki.
Can I just make one comment about the app? So I was on that call last week, and we actually were able to test out the scanner, the QR scanner for events, and we tested it. We set it up in the call, and then Jason and I tested it at the dance party that evening, and it works amazingly well, much better than the event pass check-in system we're using now. So I'm excited about that. We'll be able to switch over to that. It was super fast, and 5 minutes after the event ended, we got notifications asking us to give feedback. So it worked very, very well.
Oh, that's great. Wonderful, thank you. Welcome, Jeremy. All right, so my apologies. On the agenda, or at least on my copy of the agenda, I still have Azu's name listed as All College Forum.
Yeah.
That's my bad.
It's me.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, no.
We did meet today. I unfortunately left my notes in my car, so I'm gonna try to go off of memory as best as I can. We opened with Missy explaining that she is not gonna hold her position and needs a new dean or assistant dean to take up that spot. Jason? He's like, no. Then Stephanie Williams got to talk about a survey that will be coming out and asks for participation from everybody. Dan spoke about the recent cyber attacks at a couple other colleges and how we have a third-party vendor assisting our own departments in combating that for the future and finding ways to Jason finding ways to react quickly if that were to happen here. There were a lot of questions about that, and he also spoke about I forgot the name of the program. I do apologize, but it's something that faculty and staff uses, and they are taking away the SMS texting ability from it. There was some concern over that because some of the faculty does use it with students. So they are going to look into that a little bit more. Melissa Manzi spoke about the healthy choice options that we have now. They handed out, I believe it was around 500 lunches and 300, or was it 700 lunches and 300 breakfasts, but an amazing amount of students were able to get free lunches and free breakfasts with Healthy Choice. As well as I want to say it was around 300, 500 or 300. Thank you, Jason. Around like 300 or gym memberships as well. I myself used mine today. So that's really awesome. You guys probably noticed the bikes all around school. You are welcome to use those. Those are for anybody and everybody. And you know, they're not going anywhere until they break down. So they're here to stay. Feel free to bike to whatever you want. Then our very own Kathy spoke about our community building week and how amazing it's been so far. And I mean, you already hit the nail on the head, Chloe, how our school is doing a whole week of events and most schools are only doing one day. So it's been pretty amazing. There were a couple other announcements made, like the Phi Theta Kappa character breakfast is happening at the end of the month. So volunteer your time. And some other items. Again, I don't have my notes, so I forgot everything, but there were a couple announcements in the agenda, mostly about student life and everything that's coming up. So keep up to date with all of that. And that's all I got.
Thanks.
Off of memory.
That was pretty good. If we had to rely on my memory for anything, I can just say we'd all be doomed. And Cody does bring up a great point, by the way, in the chat. Yeah.
Oh, you guys did? You guys did? That's awesome.
We did a thing where we tried to see who could get to a mile faster.
It was Cody, wasn't it?
No.
Really?
My pedals were sticky or something.
I beat him by like 0.02.
Wow.
Yeah. But it's good stuff. It's good stuff. I recommend it.
Thanks, Nikki.
All right. Okay, let's see, where am I? Oh, marketing committee.
Not much to report. There is still some fun dip underneath the booth at the SGA to be given out, and just put up a lot of posters. We have the commissioner coming tomorrow, so posters went up for that today. Lots of posters. That's about it.
Very cool beans. Thank you. We don't have any retention plan liaison report as of now. So community building day committee. So huge thank you to everybody who was there participating with the bake sale today. I do want to say that our efforts were, you know, we ended up having everybody, and it ended up turning out really well. We did earn I believe it was $320 and 8 cents.
Yeah,
Um,
where did 8 cents come from?
It was a donation.
Oh my goodness.
It was probably from like Professor Murphy's like pile
yeah,
of coins.
she gave us 18 cents. Or was that?
It was
I don't
like
know.
18 cents, and then there was like a couple of quarters.
Or it might have also been
Thanks, Jason.
it might have also been Tracy, because didn't Tracy give us coins too?
True.
I think I don't know. Anyways, 8 cents. It's important, 8 cents, you know. So $320.08. So thank you everybody who baked stuff and who volunteered to sit at the table. I appreciate that. And anybody just saying, there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, there is a sixth person. Signed up for tomorrow for the commissioner. We need help. We need everybody to be there. Like everybody, with the exception of anybody in class. I'm the president of another club that we usually meet on Wednesdays. That kind of, you know, the commissioner's coming. We're all needed. All of you are expected to be there. Unless you have class, but we need help from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. There are a lot of people who have not signed up. So
I'll be there in between.
huh?
I think I did sign up, but I'll be there
You did. Yeah.
in between there.
Yeah, that's perfect. Nikki, can you just put that in the chat real quick so there's no excuse as to that's a what 1, 2, 3. That's a 4-hour period of time. So there's plenty of time for people to come in and volunteer and help.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that again? My landlord was knocking on my door and I didn't hear anything you just said.
No, that's fine. Can you put the in the chat, can you put the link to the sign up sheet for Commissioner Ortega's visit tomorrow? Everybody should be there. Oh, I'm sorry, Jeremy. All the voting members. I saw the look of like panic there for a second. All the voting members on SGA need to be there. I do know that some people have not, I know because Alyssa's just got here, probably has not received the sign up sheet yet. But if you could just put that in the chat real quick, Nikki, that would be wonderful. Thank you. So everybody should go on and do that.
So I also did just send out an invitation on involvement to everybody for the actual live presentation that Commissioner Ortega is doing at noon. So if you could, if you're gonna be to that particular event, please click yes, so I know you're coming. Right now, we only have 5 people and 3 guests. We need to fill that room tomorrow.
I also just added some more name slots. Too, in case that was needed. So if everybody could go on and do that, that's wonderful. And we'll circle back to that at the end of the meeting, huh? Yeah.
You talked about it when I came back about the funded under the SGA room. Yeah, you might want to find a different place to store it, because I think people are going in there and just taking the funded.
I see. That is good to know.
People are going in all the drawers and stuff and just taking things.
Oh. That's not good.
Yeah.
Wait, but if they took the fund, wouldn't that be like them getting advertised for the SGA? Because the fund has SGA thingies on it.
Like it's the same person like over and over.
But
again.
they're taking other stuff too.
I don't know.
Oh, that
But like they're
other
opening
stuff.
doors and stuff. So they're like fully, and I've seen this person go in and out of there like a few times.
Huh. Okay, we
See, we
can,
could put signs SGA only or something, but that's probably won't deter them.
yeah. Well, we can also chat about that after
Yeah.
too, because I feel like that's not a. Yeah, we can touch base on that after. So, let's see, where are we at with the? I only see one name that was added.
It's my name's on there.
Your
right?
name is on there.
What time should I do?
My name was added.
Yeah, thank you. Betty Jo, you are 12 to 1:30.
Okay, so it's a great after my class.
I also had, yeah, changed mine a little bit.
What I thought I put, but I wasn't sure.
And Sarah, I just moved yours to a different block. Like to the other, yeah, there you go. Okay. All right, so let's just move on to the next, unless there are any questions. Has anybody like you can open it or you can't open it? Oh, okay. Just making sure. If you have any concerns about that, just let me know. As you are on it, I believe. Yes. Yeah, so you guys can just fill that in. And then we'll circle back to that right before we end. Okay. So moving on to external reports, leadership team, Jason.
Thanks, everybody. So in terms of a report, we had our ribbon cutting down at Leominster today. We had lots of elected officials. We have students in attendance that were in class on the Leominster campus. The event was attended by Lieutenant Governor Kim Driscoll and Representative Jim McGovern, as well as Mayor Nicholson from Gardner, and a number of other elected officials, faculty, and members of the Leominster-Fitchburg community. So great event, speaking specifically about the importance of community colleges serving our students. The Lieutenant Governor spoke at length about the Free College Initiative and her administration's commitment to supporting students receiving and having access to high quality educational opportunities regardless of their income status. And the Representative McGovern talked about his work in Washington, D.C. to double the Pell for students who qualify, which would be an incredible initiative. We also gave tours of the facility to our elected officials. And as you know, politically, it's important for us to have our lawmakers and elected officials, A, understand what we're doing at Mount Wachusett, and B, support us and how we access our funding. So we always have needs at the community college, and it's important to make friends. And Sabine DePoo, who some of you know, and some of you have had a tour with Sabine, had the privilege of touring the Lieutenant Governor through the facility for about 40 minutes, which was amazing. It was the Lieutenant Governor and her Secret Service state police officer, who was this tall, very scary looking man who was undoubtedly armed, walking along the building with them. The feedback from folks, many of whom have never been on our campus before, was overwhelmingly positive. It was such an inspirational morning. We had a little catered event, and I'm happy to say that we not only fed our invited guests, but all of our students in the classroom. We had them go through and eat, and the food was catered by Leominster CIT students. So high school students were our caterers, culinary students at the Leominster Center for Technology and Excellence. So we were pumped for that too. I mean, our own community students were a part of the day as well. So that was excellent. The last thing, and we're excited about tomorrow. So Commissioner will be here. That is a huge honor for Mount Wachusett. He could have selected any of the 15 community colleges. He selected us. So I just want to echo Chloe's invitation to all of you that it is a proud moment for Mount Wachusett and another opportunity in 2 days in a row for us to really put our best foot forward. And I am a firm believer that the most important part of this institution is you, our students. And I would love for the commissioner to meet our students and hear about the work that you're doing and the experiences that you're having. And that feedback should be honest and candid. And that's, what he is hoping to get out of this experience. He is also going to Leominster and doing a tour with Sabine one-on-one to learn more about the Leominster campus. And that's, his time is incredibly valuable, and he's spending almost 8 hours of it at Mount Wachusett, which is really truly an honor. And I want the community college to be on our commissioner's agenda as we look at this next chapter in leadership at 1 Ashburton Place in Boston, because that matters to us. And what was resoundingly clear at today's event, and is I hope a big part of what tomorrow's visit from the commissioner will be about, is the importance of paying attention to institutions west of 495 and I-95, because we are not another country. You do not need a passport to come out to North Central Massachusetts. But I have to tell you, the lieutenant governor, the commissioner coming out to Mount Wachusett is a big deal for us. We have not received that kind of attention in the past. And I'm excited to see what that can do for not just Mount Wachusett, but for all of our institutions, community colleges, who are working really hard to make folks know, who create policy and decide funding, just how transformational a campus like ours is for our students. And they got to see that today, meeting some of our students and being on our campus. Other than that, I will share one story, because my commitment is to share good news and not necessarily the challenges. So I have 2 pieces of good news. The first is a direct result of your hard work and advocacy. On Monday, April 10th, and I would ask that we embargo this. I want to share this with you, but I'm asking maybe that we don't share that publicly with students just yet, because it's important for me to be professional in our process. We are going to visit so Gardner campus, Auto Tech, and Leominster campus with a new vending company to look at our campuses so that we can make a dramatic shift in our vending philosophy, not just new vending machines, which is certainly a huge piece of it, but also creating a vending program. And that's a philosophical shift, right? So we are going to be instituting fresh food vending, hot coffee vending, and snack vending, but also including healthy drinks and healthy snacks. And you have heard that feedback. You have given me that feedback. I know that change takes time. But I also want to remind you that I don't forget the feedback that's shared, and we've been working really hard behind the scenes to initiate that process and plan to switch our vending over in the summer. So we're required to give our current vendor a 30-day notice. And then our new vendor will come in, and part of that process is to go and visit each of our campuses and all of the machines so that we could create a program, not just slap things into machines that don't work, but to build new machines and create opportunities for students to get like hot coffee, hot chocolate, espresso, a sandwich. This company does things like mozzarella sticks and White Castle burgers and you know, healthy things as well, so that students who are looking for a meal can find that. And yes, it will still be app focused. You can get refunds on the app. We're going to be taking ourselves from 1997 to 2023, which is a big commitment that I have, you know, for the amenities that we offer our students. So that's good news that I wanted to share, and I'll be sharing it with leadership team tomorrow. I'm going to sandwich, you know, just like my favorite cookie, the Oreo, with some news that I want to share with you, which is that, and this is public, our college bookstore, which is owned and operated by Follett as a company, which is the largest campus bookstore company in the country, has made some fairly dramatic decisions relative to their structure. That has led to a significant number of layoffs across the country and a reshaping of their workforce, which has resulted in the demotion of our store manager and a reorganization across our North Central Massachusetts area. I'm concerned because it will provide less direct service to our students. I have a meeting with the regional manager, who I have never met before, on Thursday to discuss my concerns about their decision. They made these decisions to real employees over a 6-minute Zoom call. The corporate world is tough, but that bothers me, and I want to make sure that students are being served. So more news on that at our next meeting following my call with the manager, which I have requested because they have not communicated to me directly at all as the campus partner. I'm getting this news from our employees who are directly impacted, resulting in 20 to 30% pay cuts for folks who are feeding their families and paying their bills and are a part of our family. Well, even though they are not Mount Wachusett employees, you know, it is my job to treat those folks like part of our family because of the important work they do for our students. Love them or hate them, you know, whatever your perspective, they're still a part of our family. Last piece of good news I want to share, and I'm sorry I'm going long, is that some of you may remember Sean Krieger. He was a student here for a very long time, an adult learner who came back to school after a hiatus and took, I believe, 9 years to make it through his 2-year program. Made it through his 2-year program, was a Dean's Key recipient, awarded to the top student life contribution when he graduated, in a very emotional evening of excellence. Sean Krieger was the guest lecturer in a PhD program invited by President van der Hoeven to talk about the importance of community colleges. Dr. van der Hoeven teaches a class in a PhD program at the University of Maine, and Sean presented at that class last night, and every single student was in tears when he got done telling his story about how important community colleges are in the lives of students like him. And I could not be more proud of calling Sean a Mount Wachusett alum. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Jason. Faculty liaison report, Candace?
Do I really have to follow that? Like,
I think you said that last time.
yeah, we need to figure out this order because Jason's saying some incredible things and it's difficult to follow. I'm gonna try to be brief, and I have to apologize to you all. I actually, after I do my report, I actually have to leave. I'm supposed to be at 2 things at the same time, actually 3 things at the same time, and I'm trying to make it to all three before 8 o'clock. So first of all, Cody, I don't know if you know this or not, but I watch every single trustees meeting. I'm not there, so we are concerned around funding. It is something that, you know, we struggle with. But what I would say is someday, not today, I'm happy to have a conversation with you about how the structure of funding is with when it comes to the state and when it comes to our contracts and when it comes to the general funding of community colleges. It's not super complicated, but not something I want to start at 6 o'clock at night. So we'll get a coffee or whatever you do, and I'll go through that because your concerns are legit, and I think it's something that I think it's important for students to understand, and hopefully I can articulate it well to you. But thank you for bringing that up, is where I wanted to start. And then the last two things are points of information. The Academic Senate does a couple things at its second to last meeting. That's the first thing is we confer degrees onto students, basically saying that the academics, the faculty believe that whoever has who got enough credits and did everything they needed to do should be getting degrees. That goes to the trustees. So Cody, you're going to be voting on that probably in May. And that's something that we do. The Academic Senate takes pride in doing that because we're the ones that put your stamp on you, and we're saying you all are Mount approved, basically. And the second thing is the emeritus status. Usually what happens with the emeritus status is that a faculty member has to have done at least 10 years at Mount Wachusett, be in good standing, and be a faculty member. And then once again, the Academic Senate right now confers that on people. There's one person that wasn't able to retire. That's the other criteria, and that was Dave Wyman. And we gave him emeritus because I believe you all know Dave Wyman passed away. Was it last year? It was in last year, but it was in this within this I believe this academic year. So we gave him emeritus status, which will go to his family. So I don't think they do this a lot at graduation anymore because it takes forever. But know the people, and I think Cody, you're going to send it to people. People have it. Those faculty members have retired, except for Dave Wyman, and have been granted the status of emeritus. What does emeritus mean? You may be asking. That's a great question. It really sort of depends on the person and the institution. Here, it means you put your time in at the Mount, and we appreciate it. I don't think you get anything free anymore. I think you used to get a gym membership, but I don't think that happens anymore. I'll stand for questions. That's all I have.
Thank you. Any questions for Candace? Okay. Oh, Justina?
Can you spell that, emeritus?
Emeritus. Oh, I'm just joking. Yes. Give me 1 second.
Jason put it in
The chat.
in the chat.
It's in the chat. Thank you. I can't see it.
Alrighty. Thank you, Jason. All right, so moving on, there is no old business to discuss tonight. But we do have 2 points of new business. One is that SGA elections are happening April 10th through the 13th. All votes must be in by 2 p.m. on the 13th. So I would do some campaigning and let people know, like advertise that they should be voting that week. And say, hey, this is who I am. I'm gonna be representing you the next school year. Go and talk to people, meet people. You don't have a problem with that. But you just gave me a look like but yeah, go ahead, you guys can be taught there, and for those of you who are like online too, I know Nikki, that's harder for you to get, and even Freddie, for you guys to be in person, to be campaigning in person, but maybe like if you have any web classes, or like the ones that meet, like on Zoom classes. I don't know why I just had a brain fail moment there. But
Yes. Yes, Justina.
yeah. But yeah, get out and be like, hey, I'm gonna be representing you guys, and this is, coming up. Please vote this week. I would highly recommend doing that. Talk to your professors, see if you can be like, hey, can I just have like 5 minutes at the beginning of class time? Although I have noticed that students nowadays, when they hear they have to give a 5-minute speech, sometimes panic. Like for one of my classes, the professor's like, well, you have a 5-minute presentation to do, and everybody panicked. Like they cried. Not cried, but it was like bad. Like it was like 5 minutes. Are you kidding me? So like if you just ask your professor, can I give like a 2-minute little thing at the beginning of class, they probably won't have an issue with that. So I would highly recommend that. Go out and just talk to people, email your friends like, hey, come vote. Yeah, make sure you're getting the word out there. And Kathy, I know you're gonna say something.
Yeah, so just a couple of things. So there are 8 open at-large positions. There are only 7 people on the ballot. So you can also encourage other students to run a write-in campaign. All they have to do is get 7 people to write their name in when they vote. So if you know of anybody that's interested and wants to run in a write-in campaign, they do need to start recruiting now, because once you submit your ballot, you can't go back and change it. So if you vote and then somebody comes to you and says, hey, will you write my name in? You can't go back and do that. So once you cast your ballot, that's it, you're done. The ballot is going to be on InvolveMount. So all students have to do is log into InvolveMount, and it'll be right there in the homepage. They just have to click on it to vote. Anybody that is a currently registered student will see that, and they will be able to vote in the election. The other thing is, we should cover the SGA booth as much as possible to encourage people to vote. But the problem is anybody that's on the ballot cannot do that. So that means it falls on anybody that is not running for a position. So that would be Cody, Azu, Sarah, and Chloe are the only 3 that can actually do that.
Hey, Cody, right?
That's what I said. I started with Cody.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
But you can go ahead. Anybody that is running is able to go and do campaigning, but just not at the SGA booth. So you can't campaign in close proximity either. So like if you're sitting at the tables next to the SGA booth, you cannot campaign for yourself. So pretty much anywhere in the student center, if you're running for election, you can't campaign. If you can see the SGA booth, you can't promote yourself. You have to be away from the SGA booth.
I make a motion to move the booth. just temporarily.
Yeah, I mean, we put it here to recruit. Typically, the SGA booth has been used to, well, most recently in the Commons. Prior to that, it was just down the hall, outside of, along the windows outside of student services. So yeah, we can absolutely move the SGA booth if you guys wish to, if you want to move it. Next week, the Commons is not the best place to put it because of the career fair that's happening next week. So, I mean, if we just want to move it down by the windows, and then as long as you're not recruiting in that main hallway right there, you're fine.
if you're in the library on that first floor, right in front of the door, man, you can still technically see the booth though. I mean, come on now. Like if you're checking out a book and there's another student there.
Well, if you're in the library, that's different. You know, if you're in the hallway though,
Betty Jo, do you have something?
Yeah, I just wanted to ask if this election is to like elect the president as well, or is it just to get us on the thing?
yeah, so this election, you're only, what's on the ballot are at-large members and student trustee. So once you have those people elected in, then at the next SGA meeting in 2 weeks, the nominations will be open for the 4 executive board positions, president, vice president, treasurer, and secretary. And then at the final meeting on May 2nd, everybody that is currently on the SGA, whether they're newly elected or whether they're leaving, everybody that is currently in an elected position will vote on who the next executive board members will be. The only person that's on the general ballot that's not an at-large member is the student trustee position. That's the only one that's elected by the general school population. All the other executive board members are elected only by the currently seated SGA.
Okay.
And you are able to vote for yourself. It's just like a regular election. If you were running for president, you can still go vote for yourself. If you know, in the US, or if you're running for mayor of the city of Gardner, you can vote for yourself.
So at the next meeting, we will be taking nominations for the executive board things. I kind of want to make everybody do like a little 30-minute speech thing like I had to do.
Not 30 minutes, 30 seconds.
That's what I meant. Did I say?
You said
You said 30
Oh my
minutes.
gosh, I'm sorry. That's not
No.
what.
We don't want 30 minutes.
30 seconds.
From running.
What?
Oh, I said like don't deter people from running, Chloe.
I'm sorry. That was an accident.
I will do everybody's speeches.
Yeah.
Nikki?
Can we carry mine over from 2 weeks ago?
Oh,
Copy and paste.
technically, you could, I suppose, if you were running for an executive board position, you could give the same speech. I don't think it'll be an issue.
Red prompter.
But I mean, we can talk about that for the next meeting when nominations open up. Because I don't think you'd be giving your speeches then. It would be the day we actually do voting. You'd probably give your speeches. Speaking of that, if there's nothing else on the elections, we do have an option because we have 2 meetings left, I believe. That's it. So the next meeting, nominations will be opened. However, if we're doing the following meeting, May 2nd, we have an option for that. So we can do an in-person meeting and have it our last little SGA party for the end of the semester. Have the meeting in person kind of quick because we're mostly going to be just electing the executive board anyways, and just a few last minute like reports and things. We can do like a quick SGA meeting. And then have like a little get together for the current and prospective SGA members as after the election and everything. Everybody would obviously be invited to that. So it would be like I said, May 2nd. Is this something, is there any interest in that? Is that something everybody would be able to do? Or would be interested in doing?
Yes.
What day would it be?
May 2nd.
It's a Tuesday.
So it's the same day we usually have meeting.
I'll have my
I'd be down for a
children.
pizza party.
Yeah, sounds fun.
I mean, could
Same
I
time?
pizza party?
Yes, I believe so, because we do have the funding for that, right? Sort of. Yes, kind of.
I can look, hold on.
Yeah, so you can, that would be something Ways and Means can look at and decide if they want to spend some of that money. I haven't mentioned this to Jason yet, but he's looking. I was thinking it would be fun if Jason maybe put together some trivia for us. And we did kind of like some, like a fun trivia game,
Yeah.
King of Trivia.
Yes.
In the midst of everything else that Jason has to do. But traditionally, pre-COVID, SGA always had like a party at the final. It was like their big year end, and it was only currently elected, so it was like closed. It wasn't like non-SGA students didn't come. It was just the seated SGA members would come.
Pie in the face.
Well, we could do that too.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I don't think the maintainers would appreciate that.
Well, it could be that.
Well, I don't know, because
How
Bob
much
just
does a
said that
dunk
he had
take?
to clean the hot chocolate off the walls earlier in one of the classes.
That is true.
Yet-
Somebody apparently didn't like the hot chocolate today and missed the trash can, and it went all over the wall.
So I guess if
Okay,
you,
but none of us are gonna do that, right?
I mean,
Well, if we're
another
putting
option
pies
is
in-
we get a dunk tank for outside.
well, I think that's like really short notice. I
Just kidding.
was gonna say, I don't
I'm
know.
not
Do
serious.
you volunteer tribute?
Thing over there.
We need a trash bin and a ladder. We can make that
Jason.
happen.
A trash bin and a
Come on
ladder.
So is the party on the second sound like something that everybody is in favor of?
Yes.
So I got 1, 2.
What time?
It would be the same time, I think. We would do it like
Like our normal
4:30.
meeting,
Huh?
like our normal.
Yeah, like
meeting.
4:30 to like 7. Like or
I'm good.
maybe even 4 to 7 if that's
I'm good as long as Freddie brings me. Freddie?
well, Freddie's also in the election, so
What?
like I'm sure that there won't be too much of an issue.
Yes, yes, we will be there.
I'm good too, but Freddie's also got to bring me.
All right. So we
Okay,
have
I'm gonna bring you guys, but I'm probably gonna leave you there.
all right. So we got that's basically everybody, right? Sarah?
Yeah, I think so. I think Justina said that.
Yes,
And I-
sorry. I put a thumbs up, but I don't
Oh,
think that looks like anything.
I'll figure it out. I'll make it.
So Justina can just join us a little bit late.
yeah, we can well we don't have to get we do not have to get pizza until because the regular meeting, would you be able to join the regular meeting still at 4?
Online, no problem.
Yeah, so why don't we can always do the meeting itself we can have the meeting time from 4 to 5 as the designated SGA meeting time. And then we can order the pizza and the pizza should be here by 5:30. And we can all have pizza together, and then that way we also have time afterwards that you'd be here just in time for the pizza and the trivia. Or even if there's like other things, like if we have other games we wanted to play, like I don't know, Uno Flip or something, that might be hard to play with however many people we are. Huh?
You have the funding.
It'd be very fun, but
Well,
I mean, we still have time to
Yeah.
plan this all, but just want to know, like, everybody would be interested.
yes.
From 4 to 7 on May 2nd. Is that good for everybody?
It's a big yes from me.
Duck, duck, goose?
Yeah,
Oh,
let's play Duck, Duck, Goose.
That's not good. Oh, no.
I played Duck Duck Jeep.
Duck, duck, jeep. Oh, yeah, that's
I
a.
just played Duck, Duck.
All right.
The Community Building Day Committee can turn into the last meeting committee.
The last meeting committee.
Okay.
Oh, that's true.
I mean, we technically still have to wait until after this week to build that, which means we would only have like 1 week, which is kind of okay.
Oh, bummer.
Okay, do you know if Azu's joining back on with the phone or something?
I think she's gonna try.
Okay. Justine, if you could just take note that it's 6. Yeah, all right, you got it. You're on top of things. I don't know what. I don't know. I'm just saying. All right, so let's put that on there. Everybody can put that on their calendars. May 2nd, the final SGA meeting. That's when we will be doing all of the executive board elections. Come with your 30-second, not minute, speech. Give your little, to do. I mean, nominations open at the next meeting, so that's not a problem. But anybody who is planning to run, for an officer position, come with your little speeches ready. We would love to hear them. We will not bring tomatoes. Will not be allowed past the door. I promise. Unless it's on the pizza. And so, that being said, are there any other announcements that I don't have any announcements on here, but no announcements from Kathy? Whoa.
No, just check involvement. Next week is esports. Next Thursday, 10 to 2. Come play esports in South Cap.
Tomorrow's esports.
Next Thursday, next week,
Oh, okay.
13th. April 13th.
Cool beans.
Who's gonna be out tomorrow for yeah.
Oh, thank you for bringing that back up. I still only see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I only see 7 people still in the thing. I'm missing people. Who am I missing? Oh my goodness. I'm missing Cody. I'm missing Alyssa. I think that's it.
Oh, I'm showing up. I just haven't figured out the format.
And Alyssa's gonna do it right now.
Okay.
But what's happening tomorrow? Like what's happening?
And Kathy, Stacy said that she's gonna send out an email to us. Do we have a rundown of what's happening?
Yes. She sent out. I was gonna find it because I already filed it. It doesn't have times or anything. But tomorrow the event. So Commissioner Ortega will give his opening remarks at noon. Those will go to about 12:15. And then the rest of the session, which runs till 2, there will be a panel of students discussing their personal experiences with basic needs security. Then there will be a group of state partners who will look at how they can best meet the needs of students in an interactive dialogue. And then there will be a research team that has been exploring how the COVID crisis has impacted student basic needs. So that's what will the 2-hour live stream will entail, those three items. So they will, if you can't be on campus tomorrow for whatever reason, I will be uploading the link to Involvement to the event. So you can join from wherever, but it will be live streamed in the Student Center and then also in the multi-purpose room. And again, if you're here on campus and can come to the multi-purpose room for Commissioner Ortega's in-person live remarks, that would be great, because he will be giving those at noon in the multi-purpose room.
Good, thank you for the update.
Is there any trial? Is there like they want us to know the big sale?
There's a big sale.
Yeah, I believe, is it Alpha Beta Gamma?
Yes, Alpha Beta Gamma is doing a bake sale tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay.
So SGA doesn't need to cover that. The intent is just to have an SGA presence on campus while Commissioner Ortega is here tomorrow.
Yes.
He will be touring, I believe, at 11 a.m. tomorrow. Let me just look. Yeah, he will be touring the Gardner campus at 11 a.m. And then he will be meeting with President Vanderhoeven at 11:30 and doing his opening remarks at noon. So 11 to 11:30, he'll be wandering around the campus. with somebody giving him a tour.
Smile and wave.
Well, we used to give tours.
I'm not giving this tour. This is a professional tour.
We were professional.
Huh?
You were quote unquote a professional. one.
Oh, thank you. All right. All right, any other announcements? Nope. All right, so then the next committee meetings, going to be April 11th. And that is going to be on Kumo Space. It's going to, sorry, I just totally realized I forgot to add Alyssa to the. Sorry. I just had to type that in before I forget. Alyssa, do you know how to get to Kumo Space?
No, I don't.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah. When you're on campus, we'll show you.
yep. And then, so all the committee meetings are on Kumo Space on the off week Tuesday at 4:30, so same time, just different location. And then the next SGA meeting is gonna be April 18th. Also at 4:30. And that being said, I call this meeting to adjourn at 6:25 p.m.